Good day, YouTube. This is Jay with Falling Forward Financial. Just turning out another video. I was just going over some Pfizer and Moderna news, and thought I'd make a video and see what everybody thought and get some feedback. That would be awesome. See who out there has Pfizer as well as Moderna. Again, this is Jay. I'm not a licensed financial counselor. I can't tell you what to do. It's up to you to do your own research. I'm just stating an opinion here. But as you can see, Pfizer was up and then it went down and then just kind of climbed up above the average here and then back down again today. So it's kind of interesting day. But anyway, a couple articles here. USA FDA advisory panel sets stage for Moderna vaccine authorization. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, will rapidly work towards granting emergency approval of Moderna COVID CV vaccine candidate, FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn said on Thursday. Here's kind of an interesting little video.
Second COVID-19 vaccine on Thursday was recommended by a panel of independent experts in the U.S.
It looks like we have a favorable vote.
After hours of discussion, the committee voted 20-0 with one abstention that the benefits of the vaccine outweigh its risks. The decision can't come soon enough as coronavirus deaths soared to a staggering daily record of 3,580 in the United States. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration will now decide within days whether to grant approval of Moderna's vaccine for emergency use. The same committee of advisors endorsed the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine a week ago, and the FDA granted its approval a day later. A second vaccine would add more fuel to a massive inoculation program that got underway almost immediately after the FDA made its decision. This comes as COVID-19 hospitalizations rose for the 19th straight day on Wednesday, and California became the first state to report more than 50,000 daily cases.
That should be sobering.
The governor on Tuesday activated a mass fatality program and purchased thousands more body bags as the state tightens restrictions meant to slow the spread. Earlier in the week, some 570 vaccine distribution centers across the country received the initial batch of Pfizer shipments, with scores of Americans now inoculated against the disease. According to Operation Warp Speed, hundreds more locations were due to receive the vials on Friday. The Moderna vaccine, if approved by the FDA, is set to begin distribution. Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar told CNBC on Thursday that 5.9 million doses have been allotted for state governors and were ready to ship nationwide.
So it's kind of interesting. Maybe some of this you've already heard. I just thought I would point it out again. I'm looking to pick up some Moderna shares. As I showed you on my last video, I have some Pfizer. I'm long term on Pfizer. I like the dividend. I can go back to that here at the end and show you that as well. And again, they're trying to push Moderna through as well. Which I think would be a good thing. They don't require as many problems, if you will, like Pfizer does in regards to shipping and the keeping them cool and everything. I believe Moderna, you can keep the drug in a regular refrigerator up to 30 days, where Pfizer, don't quote me on the exact temperature, but I think it's below 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, or maybe it's Fahrenheit, I'm not for sure. Like I said, I don't have the quotes in front of me, so it's a little bit harder to ship. I did hear for the Moderna drug, it's going to be a little bit easier for the rural areas, since you don't have to pack it in dry ice and so on, so not so much transportation costs. But again, I just thought the article was interesting, getting another drug company out there to help with the pandemic always helps. And again, I just thought the article was interesting. The first wave of doses are expected to be earmarked for healthcare workers who treat CV patients and vulnerable residents and staff of nursing homes. The Moderna vaccine, based on new synthetic messenger RNA technology, is administered in 2 shots about 28 days apart. The Pfizer-BioNTech shot is also an mRNA vaccine. And again, I'm not going to go into that. I might make another video later on, but I'll let you research that yourself. I'm not going to read all this. If you'd like to pause the video. Again, I was just looking at this. This is also pretty interesting. Might have to do some research on that and do a Volvo video. That looks pretty sweet, right? And got a driver and everything. White gloves on. Anyway, about 20 million doses are expected to be delivered this month, with the rest of the initial purchase coming in the first quarter of the next year. Last week, Moderna agreed to deliver an additional 100 million doses in the second quarter. So they're all getting quite a few doses out there. In the global race to produce highly effective vaccines against the CV, the Massachusetts-based BioNTech company is reaching the finish line ahead of some larger rivals such as AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. I haven't heard too much about Johnson & Johnson, and I do not have any of their shares. Currently, I believe I do in my M1 Finance, which that would be a partial share. But anyway, I haven't really researched them all that much yet. I'm kind of a bull on Pfizer. Been thinking about getting into Moderna, but it's just been too volatile for me, so I haven't. As you can see, Moderna looks like it was up today. And as you can see, it's a little bit more of a pricey stock than what Pfizer is. And I think also BioNTech, we can look those up here in a moment. But again, Moderna vaccine has received the go-ahead for an advisory panel of the U.S. FDA, paving the way for the company to secure an emergency use authorization, which is good news. I'm ready to end this pandemic myself. A University of Michigan microbiologist said she was impressed by Moderna's transparency. Fuller voted against the vaccine of Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech last week. As you can see, Pfizer is up a little bit today, and BioNTech's a little bit up today. Pfizer requested emergency use for people over age of 16. That's another thing with a couple different drug companies. It kind of covers the whole from teenagers to mid-age to elderly. So that's a good thing to cover everybody, since anybody and everybody can get the CV. So price action: Moderna shares closed nearly 5.1% higher at $144 on Thursday and fell 2.67 to $140.15 in the after-hours session. So it's been a lot of volatility in the both of the stocks. There's been a couple articles. I have another one coming up here. Pfizer applies for COVID-19 vaccine approval in Japan. So again, we're looking worldwide, which is a good thing. Maybe it'll drive the price up. I'm holding my shares. I don't know how long I will hold them, but I've been holding them for quite a while anyway. Bought some, I believe, back in May, and some here just recently. Um, Drug maker Pfizer said on Friday it had applied for approval in Japan of its CV-19 vaccine, which is already being administered in the United Kingdom as well as the United States. Japanese government has a supply deal with Pfizer for 120 million vaccine doses of the vaccine made by Pfizer and German partner BioNTech. So good things for Pfizer. Maybe we'll get the stock going back up again. Some other articles here. There was another video I was going to play here. Just one moment. So again, this just kind of goes over endorses second COVID vaccine in the United States as Moderna wins key vote in path to emergency use, which is a good thing. Like I said, get more drug companies out there and help more people out and end the pandemic and get the economy going and everything. It's all a win-win for everybody. I'm not going to read all of this. Again, if you'd like to pause the video and go over that yourself, it's just an article on CNBC. There was, let's see here, I thought this was interesting. Moderna said that in the month it was charging 32 to 37 per dose for its vaccine for some customers under cheaper pricing, pandemic pricing. I can't remember how much Pfizer was going to charge. Here's another video I thought was kind of interesting.
Significant role in the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. We're in the cargo terminal for United Airlines. This is where the first vaccines from Pfizer and BioNTech were brought into the United States. They were flown from Brussels here to Chicago. What we will see more of from the airlines is not only cargo flights where they can load up to 1 million, if not more, doses of a particular vaccine. We'll also see them putting vaccines on passenger flights in the belly of the airplanes for distribution to different spots around the United States, and there will also be some international distribution as well. What you're seeing with United Airlines is what we're going to be seeing with the other commercial airlines as well. They have hold facilities back here that they can hold those vaccines in for very short periods of time if they're moving them around from one location to another. They also are going to be allowed to pack extra dry ice around those vaccines. The FAA has given the commercial airlines guidance that they can put extra dry ice on those planes in order to keep shipments as cold as they need to be. The bottom line is that the airlines realize these vaccines need to go from point A to point B very quickly with as little downtime as possible, and they need to be kept at certain temperatures. And that's why they will be quickly moving through the process. If a flight is delayed, if a plane is on a tarmac because of weather, because of some mechanical issue, they will pull the vaccine off of that plane and then put it into storage or put it onto another flight so that it is moving as quickly as possible. The bottom line is that they don't want these vaccines to be sitting around. They can't afford to have them sitting around. I wouldn't say the airlines are getting rich off of Operation Warp Speed. They are being paid by the government to transport these vaccines, and because they have, if you will, some ability because of some of their aircraft to turn these vaccines around and move them as quickly as possible around the United States and both in and out of the United States, it certainly is helping them. But make no mistake, for the airlines, this is a tough time of year because the passenger business is down. United Airlines burning through more than $24 million every single day. It certainly helps that they can assist in moving these vaccines. They will be paid by Operation Warp Speed, but this is not a case where they're getting rich off of moving these vaccines.
Very interesting article. Like my last Pfizer video, it also said that United Airlines had been transporting some of the drugs around. Might be another stock to watch as United Airlines ticker, I believe it's UAL. And this is just another article on Reuters talking about I don't think there was any additional information in this one. It's just kind of going over a couple different articles here. This is one thing that I think probably makes the stock kind of volatile from time to time. Alaskan health workers stable after allergic reaction to Pfizer's vaccine. And I've been hearing all kinds of different things. I wasn't quite for sure if I wanted to make a video about it or not, but I am a Pfizer bull, so I do like the company as well as the dividend. This is just another article. Chilean health regulator approves Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for emergency use. This one's a couple days old. Again, just more news for the vaccine. And back to Pfizer. Again, I do have 12 shares of it. Average cost $35.37. As you can see, you get 38 cents per share quarterly. So I got this just December, September. So it's kind of nice. Helps out. And again, it's not a real volatile stock, so if you accumulated a bunch of shares, you'd have a pretty decent dividend income from that. Anyway, again, I just wanted to point out a couple things about Pfizer and Moderna. Good things ahead. 2021's got to be a great year, a lot better than 2020. Again, this is Jay. Feel free to get some free stock. Go ahead and use my links and get some free stock for you. Also get one. It helps support the channel. Again, this is Jay with Falling. Just making another video on Pfizer. Sorry we cut out there. Again, this is Jay. Happy trading and stay green. Thank you.